summer just started. Global warming, believe it or not, but undeniably, it's getting hot. And you might have seen one of these used by your favorite K-pop idol or, I don't know, TikTok influencer. But what I'm sure you haven't seen is some real reviews with actual testing. Hi, name is Crane, and I actually use and try to test the products that I review. Crazy waste of time. I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. Just buy it. The affiliate link is in my description. At least that's what most glorified unboxers would say. Not me. Reusable putty? Is it really? How much is the ultra capacity pen right for? Protective case, eh? Nope. Not gonna take your word on it. And I'll have more fan reviews. Neck fans, for example. Clip-on bag fans. Waist and belt fans. As well as just your regular USB fans. And I actually made a fan review back in the day, but due to lack of fan exposure and limited comparison samples, I couldn't do it justice and appreciate even the small things. A good stand that doesn't move, rattle, or well, just exists. And whoever designed this, if intentional, is a genius. Unironically. You see, the charge port is located at the very bottom, and if it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to use it with a regular pen holder otherwise, due to its compact size. And yes, many fans still use a micro USB port, due to the cost of a receptacle, more complex PCB and circuitry required for Type-C. And I understand, some of these are dirt cheap and retail for $1.80 when on sale. For your home, I recommend one of those 3-in-1 cables, paired with a cable box like the one I reviewed. It comes with a built-in custom outlet and USB ports at a terrific price. And boom, you have a compact charging station for all the odd or not regularly used devices. Convenient and out of sight, and no need to worry if your guests are using iPhones, Androids, or older devices. There are different cable designs available, but for on the go, I would probably get an adapter. And yes, I'm well aware about the existence of magnetic cables, and I would not recommend using them as they don't follow the USB specification and might short your device. But that alone is a topic worthy of a separate video. And if you thought micro USB was a pain, then this small red fan takes the cake. While not proprietary, you can't really expect people to own what's it even called? Nothing in the product description or the comment section. The box is void of any information, as well as the cable itself. Do they expect you to also order a pair of calipers to find out? It only has one speed and it's pretty. The battery lasts for an hour. Add the exotic cable and you can see why it's not good for commuting. Nor really desktop use either, since it tends to wiggle away and has a rather narrow airflow. Let's go back to the first fan we looked at. It has an added feature of being an aroma diffuser, and it does a pretty good job. Sure, it won't overpower the smell of an anime convention, but for your personal bedroom or office, thumbs up. I can only assume that it's supposed to be refillable, but there is nothing on the product page. No manual, and the box doesn't even mention the aroma capabilities. Trying to pry it open with toothpicks didn't work, and I broke the plastic latch trying to use a screwdriver. I guess you could use a syringe to infuse the pad with your own essential oils. Has 3 speeds and starts rather pleasing. But due to its size, with increased RPM, and more resembles a turbine. Takes about an hour to charge, and honestly, I like it. Unfortunately, I got unlucky, and I guess the battery went bad, as it wasn't taking a charge, but still somewhat worked when connected via cable. Thankfully, AliExpress refunded me after describing this situation and submitting video evidence. But speaking of batteries, some fans, usually the cheaper variety, come with the 18650 batteries. The bundle ones are unprotected and of unknown origin. Pair that with a cheap fan that's used as a charger, and you're asking for trouble. And that's not something I'd want to happen with my neck fan. And if you consider buying a separate charger and batteries, it'll cost you more than the Xiaomi fan. Speaking of which, let's compare them. Top-notch build quality and feel, and I can only hope there'll be an updated Type-C version. In fact, this is the second time I'm buying one, just to see if anything changed in the past years.
In the 1980s, A&W launched an advertising campaign to promote a new third-pound burger. It was bigger and beefier than the competition's puny quarter-pound option, and the price was the same. So how come nobody bought it? Turns out, Americans are just terrible at math. Like, really bad.
I guess if people can't tell which is bigger, I'll have to skip the formulas. So pay attention to the decibel readings rather than YouTube's compressed sound file, which is mostly for you to get the idea of the sound signature. In Xiaomi's case, I actually had to boost it because Xiaomi fan, red fan, Xiaomi fan, red fan. Not only are there common objects for you to have an easier grasp of the scale, but different surfaces, handheld, hardwood, and particle board, because even Xiaomi's absorption line base emits some vibration noises on the top speed. But to truly appreciate it, you have to look at the competition. Not only does this one look cheap, it sounds cheap too. It rattles and vibrates even on the lowest setting. And rather ironically, it starts to sound better at the top speed. Then there's the problem of build quality, even with those that sound pretty good. This one might start to rattle for no apparent reason. And the higher the speed, the more vibration noise we get because the bottoms are not treated at all. But the cone of airflow is rather impressive. And in general, for just $2 on sale, this seems like a pretty good value. Just like this fan right here. But the problem of build quality still stands. The micro USB port after a single recharge. But if you have patience and a hot glue gun, it can be easily fixed. At least that's what I thought, but apparently it gets up to 60 degrees Celsius when powered via cable, and the power button stopped working as I was filming. But if you want a no hassle, Type-C equipped fan, I can vouch for this guy. Not only does it sound good, it can be used as a power bank. And there are options with built-in lights too. Speaking of the lights, I grabbed these two beauty mirrors that sport those. Unfortunately, testing showed low brightness and an excusable CRI with some optimal color temperature for makeup purposes. Probably the week-long sun and sleep deprivation doesn't help this example. And I promise it's not all from leveling my Ayaka. If you didn't plan on making usable lights, why don't invest that money into a half-usable stand? Because this one is as efficient as our politicians. There's only one speed and the light cannot be used with the fan on. Powder box shaped one is actually pretty decent, but the open design makes all the debris in your purse go onto the mirror, and the hinge doesn't look like it'll last for long. Another fan that has a useless light for no apparent reason also has the worst quality control, which is rather unfortunate as it doesn't sound half as bad. The awkward position and inability to actually light anything up? Really weird. I looked at multiple fans like this, and they all had a crappy finish and would start to rattle. I also grabbed a hand crank one, just for fun. But its aerodynamic qualities are weird and unusable. A similar issue I had with the up to 8 hours Bladeless fan that works for under an hour on the lowest setting. It's hard to demonstrate, but only one side at the top has any airflow. But apparently I'm being unreasonable, as the Chinese seller said, and AliExpress, while siding with me, gave me only half of my money back. Customer protection my ass. So maybe paying more for Amazon's customer service might be worth it. And I am trying to be reasonable. I didn't ask refund for this crap, and when this faceplate went off, I just used the hot glue gun to reattach it. And with the current situation in Ukraine, the economy is pretty bad, and just buying all these fans for the review was worth more than the average monthly pension. So please consider liking, sharing, commenting, or even donating for more real independent reviews. Because what many companies advertise differs from reality. While most fans promise silent, whisper quiet, or some other these guys went one step further. Here we get some cool technology cutting it drastically. Your normal room is like 30 decibels. A ticking clock or rustling leaves in the distance is like 20ish. This is breathing territory. They also promise both a wide and concentrated blowing area simultaneously. And yes, this small turbine does make it more focused. Here's the similar sized red fan blowing area. In fact, it has the worst spread out of all the fans. And this focus doesn't do anything. Only makes it worse, really. Since I have to be razor sharp, use my laser meter and a freaking calculator, as moving in your chair will make you miss the air current. All day work time, eh? Not really. It gets beaten by both the Xiaomi and Collapsible fan, easily doubling it. Every single claim is a lie. And I guess I can't even ask for a refund because apparently I'll get blacklisted for being unreasonable with like half my orders. Let's haggle. Like 1 out of 5 orders will be more or less true. Or you know, force your sellers to shit. Last but not least, not really a handheld fan, but can be used as such. Or as a desk fan, as it comes with somewhat rubberized feet. Turns all around, and has a pretty big clamp. Makes it perfect for dorms, offices, and well, anywhere you can clamp it to. But it has this always blinking LED when connected with a cable. That's super annoying at night. But otherwise, I would probably recommend it. So in conclusion, I can recommend both Xiaomi and the Collapsible fan. They have good battery life. The sound signature, in my opinion, is pretty good, as is the general loudness. And both come with a good variety of wind speeds, for both indoor and outdoor use. Thanks to Adam's donation, I was able to get this used food delivery backpack. I have a couple of World Health Organization approved temperature loggers, which I'll be using to test lunch boxes, insulated bags, vacuum flasks, and so on. So if you're a brand that stands behind their name and want to ruffle some the competition, like with this fan's video, or maybe you're a hater that got swindled by some big name, email me.